This minimalist survival horror film, directed by Chris Kentis, is inspired by the real-life disappearance of Tom and Eileen Lonergan. It follows a couple accidentally left behind during a scuba diving trip, forced to survive in the vast open ocean. As hours turn into desperation, the silence of the sea becomes deafening, and small splashes signal approaching predators. The film strips away all horror conventions, offering no music, no monsters, just isolation and dread. With subtle camera work and chilling realism, it builds a suffocating sense of helplessness. As sharks begin to circle, the horror feels inescapably real and deeply psychological. Number 9. The Amityville Horror.
Get out. Get out.
Directed by Stuart Rosenberg, this supernatural horror classic is based on the alleged experiences of the Lutz family after moving into a house where a mass murder occurred. The story follows George and Kathy Lutz as they begin to experience a series of disturbing phenomena. Cold spots, strange voices, and a mysterious green slime oozing from the walls. As George becomes increasingly unstable, the house's grip tightens around them. The film uses moody lighting and unsettling sound design to turn a family home into a vessel of evil. Its lasting impact lies in its atmosphere, blending domestic space with escalating supernatural terror. Number 8. Wolf Creek.
What do you actually do?
Oh, I can tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
This psychological horror thriller, directed by Greg McLean, is loosely inspired by the crimes of Australian serial killer Ivan Milat. The story centers on 3 backpackers who find themselves stranded in the remote outback, only to be rescued by a seemingly friendly stranger named Mick Taylor. As their nightmare unfolds, the vast, empty desert becomes a trap they can't escape. Taylor's transformation from helpful mechanic to sadistic predator is gradual and chilling. With a gritty documentary-like style and unrelenting tension, the film captures the fear of being truly alone and hunted in one of the world's most unforgiving landscapes. Number 7. Deliver Us from Evil.
Mommy.
Directed by Scott Derrickson, this supernatural horror thriller blends crime and exorcism elements, drawing from the real-life accounts of NYPD officer Ralph Sarchi. The story follows Sarchi as he investigates a series of bizarre and violent crimes linked to a demonic presence unleashed during wartime. As his skepticism is tested, Sarchi teams up with a renegade priest to confront the evil infecting New York's underbelly. The film's gritty tone and intense visuals heighten the sense of danger, while its final exorcism sequence delivers nerve-wracking tension. It's a raw, unsettling look at how darkness can follow us, even from the battlefield. Number 6. The Strangers.
Oh my God.
We gotta get out of here. Now open the door, and I just want you to run, okay?
This psychological home invasion thriller, directed by Brian Bertino, is inspired by real unsolved crimes and break-ins. It follows the young couple Kristen and James, whose remote vacation home becomes a hunting ground for 3 masked intruders. What makes the film terrifying is its quiet restraint. There are no jump scares, just drawn-out dread and the unnerving sound of slow footsteps. The attackers offer no motive, only menace, which makes their presence even more chilling. Bertino masterfully captures the fragility of safety, turning every knock and creak into a potential death sentence. The terror is primal, intimate, and disturbingly plausible. Number 5. The Mothman Prophecies.
You're reading my mind, are you? What's in my hand? Chapstick.
This supernatural mystery thriller, directed by Mark Pellington, is based on real events in Point Pleasant, West Virginia in the 1960s. Richard Gere stars as a journalist who finds himself drawn to the town after his wife dies under mysterious circumstances. As he investigates, he encounters townspeople reporting strange visions, ominous prophecies, and the chilling presence of a winged creature known as the Mothman. The film's strength lies in its slow-building tension and dreamlike visuals, which blur the line between paranoia and prophecy. Anchored by an atmosphere of unease, it leaves viewers questioning what's real and what's already been foretold. Number 4. Veronica. Directed by Paco Plaza, This Spanish horror film is loosely based on the 1991 Vallecas case, one of the most documented paranormal investigations in Spain. The story follows Veronica, a teenage girl who, after using a Ouija board during a solar eclipse, becomes plagued by a dark, relentless presence. As she struggles to protect her younger siblings, her grip on reality begins to deteriorate. Plaza uses tight framing and stark lighting to emphasize the creeping dread invading their home. With strong performances and relentless tension, the film offers an unnerving take on demonic possession, especially disturbing because of its basis in real police reports. Number 3, The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Directed by Scott Derrickson, this courtroom horror hybrid is based on the real-life case of Annalisa Michel. It follows the trial of a priest accused of negligent homicide after a failed exorcism, intercut with flashbacks to the harrowing events that led to Emily's death. The film navigates the fine line between psychological illness and supernatural possession, never fully committing to one side. Jennifer Carpenter's physical performance as Emily is haunting, her contortions and screams feel brutally authentic. Combining legal drama with intense spiritual horror, the film challenges both the characters and viewers to consider the terrifying possibility that evil may exist beyond science. Number 2, The Conjuring.
Mom's bed.
This critically acclaimed supernatural horror film, directed by James Wan, is based on the Perron family haunting investigated by Ed and Lorraine Warren in the 1970s. The story follows the Warrens as they assist a family tormented by a malevolent entity that inhabits their secluded farmhouse. Wan's direction emphasizes suspense over spectacle, using long takes, shadowy hallways, and subtle sound design to build unease. Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson bring emotional depth to the Warrens, grounding the paranormal in humanity. With chilling set pieces and a steadily rising sense of doom, the film redefined the haunted house genre for a new generation. Number 1, The Exorcist.
I'm Damien Karras. I'd like to help you. Where's Reagan?
In here with us.
Widely regarded as the scariest film of all time, this supernatural horror masterpiece was directed by William Friedkin and inspired by the 1949 exorcism of a boy known as Roland Doe. The film centers on Reagan, a young girl who becomes possessed by a demonic entity, and the two priests who risk everything to save her. Friedkin's gritty realism, combined with groundbreaking special effects and a haunting score, create an experience that is as emotionally devastating as it is terrifying. From the levitating bed to the infamous headspin, the film delivers iconic imagery. But its most powerful element is its exploration of faith and sacrifice, leaving an impression that lingers long after the final frame. Here are 3 other recommendations worth checking out. The Town That Dreaded Sundown, a docu-style thriller based on the Texarkana Moonlight Murders of 1946. It blends true crime with eerie reenactments, turning a small town into a place of lasting fear and legend. Wolf Creek 2. The sadistic Mick Taylor returns in this bloodier sequel, continuing his reign of terror over tourists in the Australian outback. Brutal, relentless, and disturbingly personal. The Haunting in Connecticut. A grieving family moves into a former funeral home only to discover it's haunted by malevolent spirits. Loosely based on real events, the film offers intense scares and a heavy atmosphere of despair.